in this video, I'll be showing you how you can host your website on the Amazon Web Services platform. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is log in to AWS and create your account. AWS, okay, and click the link. So I'll be attaching another video to show you how you can register. Okay, step-by-step process to register. I have an account, so I just click sign into the console, then I will get this page. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is create an instance. Okay, you can either come to your search bar and search EC2. Okay, click EC2 instance. Now, to show you this page, once you're on this page, you're going to click launch instance. Okay, so we are going to name this my WordPress server. Okay, because we'll be moving a WordPress site here. All right, so you select your OS. Okay, that will be Ubuntu. Then you choose a free tier. Okay, you can see this is the free tier available. Then the instance type, you select it. It's also the free type. Then your key pair, you choose create a new key pair. So the purpose of this key pair is for you to be able to SSH into it right from your terminal. Okay, so here we can just name this my WordPress key pair. Okay, then just click, make sure you select RSA and the private key file format is .pem. Then you select create key pair. So you are going to save this key pair to your desktop. Okay, I can create a folder for it and just call it cloud. Okay, then save this here. All right, so it's very important, make sure you keep it private. Then your network settings, create security group, allow SSH from traffic, allow HTTPS from the internet, and also allow HTTP traffic from the internet. Make sure this is anywhere. Okay, you can configure your storage. You have up to 30 gigabytes of storage. Okay, you can just leave this as the default. All right, you don't need these advanced details for now, so you just click launch instance. All right, so now that your instance has been created, you can either click this instance here, or you come to the sidebar and click instances, either of the two. Okay, so we just click this. Now we are on our EC2 instance page. Okay. Instance summary. So here you can see your IPv4 address. Okay, your public IPv4 address. So there is something called an elastic IP. Okay, you don't want this IP address to keep changing each time, so you want to make sure it is fixed. Okay, so you use your elastic IP address. Now this sets the elastic IP address to your EC2 dashboard. Okay, you can see elastic IPs here. Click elastic IPs, then select allocate elastic IP address. Okay, then click allocate. Then on the new IP address you just created, okay, you can select it, then click actions. Okay, associate elastic IP address. You can also see it here, associate elastic IP address. So associate elastic IP address. Instance, you select your instance, you choose your instance type. So I have one running before, so this is the new one we just created, my WordPress server. Okay, then just click associate. All right, so now we have elastic IP address. If you go back to your instances, you can see on this sidebar instances, you can see the new one we just created, this third one. Okay, you can see the elastic IP address has replaced the previous IPv4 address that was there. Okay, so that is the first step. So now that you've created the elastic IP address, the next step is, so since this is a practice, and I know many of you would not have the money to buy your domain, so I've been able to look for a website where you can create your own domain online for free, and it's called a free DNS. Okay, .afraid.org. Okay, so you can log into this site. Okay, and then click sign up for free. Okay, when you log in, you sign up for free, then you input your details. Okay, once you input your details, put your email. Okay, once you put in your email, you can put in the captcha and then click I agree, send activation email. So you will get your activation email. Once you get your activation email, on your web page you will see something like add a domain. Okay, your page you will see click subdomains. Okay, then you click add a domain. All right, you can see this type. Select it as type A, then select your subdomain, then um, what domain do you want it to point to. Okay, so if you don't want any of these types, you can choose many more available. If it shows you this, click share domain registry. When you're on your shared domain registry, you can select any of these. Okay, or of course you're not going to get the regular type you get online, so you can just use something like a .uk.to .my.to, something that is short. Okay, so you can just select .uk.to. All right, then I can choose my subdomain. Okay, then this destination, make sure it's your IP address. All right, so you post that there. Okay, then you click save. So make sure you fill out this field WHX. All right, so once you have this domain set up, you want to check it out on DNS checker. Okay, just go to DNS checker. Okay, and click this. So you want to make sure that the DNS has propagated, right? So you just type in your bamshe.cloud.uk.to and you click search. So previously it ended in .250. You can see it hasn't changed yet. So that's the purpose of doing this. Doing this as a first step. Okay, so if you remember, you select the record. When we come back to check this DNS checker, you will find that this IP address would have changed. Okay, so we'll continue. See that it's beginning to change from .250 to .194. Okay, so this is the first stage. Okay, the next stage you want to go into is for you to be able to SSH into your terminal, and once you've SSH into your terminal, to be able to work on the back end. All right, so I use git bash. Okay, on my shell, so I use git bash. Let's select git bash. Good. So the first thing you want to do is locate um where your file is. When you downloaded your key pair, you want to be able to find where your file is. All right, so I will need to move this from my desktop. Okay, so I saved it as cloud. I will need to go into the directory where my git PC, local disk, users, then user. Okay, then I'll paste it here. So this is the directory. I can just change directory into cloud. So I'm in my cloud file. You can see my key pair here. So you just type in SSH, and you want to SSH into it --I my WordPress key pair. Okay, then Ubuntu at your IP address. So you just need to locate your IP address, okay, copy this and then type shift insert here, okay, press enter, then you just type Y for yes, type yes, okay, great. So now you're into your IP address, so you can type ls, okay. So let me clear this. All right, so once you've SSH'd into your file, okay, the first thing you want to do is perform an upgrade, okay, just so you don't have any issues. So do sudo apt update. I've done that. Also do sudo apt upgrade. So type yes. All right, so you'll see your kernel is available, so you just press OK. So the next thing you want to do is to use the apt package manager to install PHP, MariaDB, and the Nginx web server. Okay, just type in the following: sudo apt install Nginx, MariaDB server, PHP fpm php.mysql. Okay, so you type in that, yes, to continue. Okay, so now we can clear this. All right, so next you want to install WordPress. So cd var, type ls, okay, you can see, then cd into www. Okay, so while you are here, you want to type in sudo wget. So you go to WordPress site. Okay, if you go to wordpress.org, okay, so once you are here and you click get WordPress, okay, you can see the installation. So you can select this, okay, click copy link address, then you can go back to your terminal, okay, and paste that there. Okay, so you're not going to use the .zip, you use the tar.gz, okay, and you install WordPress. Now that you've installed WordPress, you want to unzip it, so you type sudo tar-xzvf, okay, latest or tar.gz, so you unzip this. Okay, we do sudo rm latest or tar.gz, so it's gone. So you type in ls, you can see it's no longer there. So now you want to make sure you have the right access to your file. So you can look into the HTML file. Okay, so we just see into the HTML folder and type ls, so do nano index.html. So you can see this. Okay, if you log in to your site, you should be able to see the same thing, your IP address. You should be able to see the same thing. So let's copy that IP address to be sure um, has propagated properly. It hasn't propagated yet, so good. So you can see now that same IP address that we used from free domain, right? And our EC2 instance, okay, you can see it has now propagated properly. So once you have this web page, you're on track. Okay, congratulations. So you have your welcome to Nginx. So the next thing is your git bash. All right, then press cd, go back. So now we want to look at the administrative rights, okay, for the document. And you can see under WordPress, nobody and no group. Okay, so you want to assign administrative rights to your WordPress page. Okay, do sudo change ownership. You do that recursively to the www dash data user and then www dash data, and you assign that to your WordPress. And we can execute that. Then we can double check that. So now you can see www data, www data as well. Similarly for the permissions as well, for all directories, you want to assign the appropriate permissions. Okay, so do sudo find WordPress / dash type D for directories, change mode 755 / this. Okay, and for all files, the recommended permission is 644. Awesome. So once you next you go into your WordPress directory, check again. Now you see all the files with the appropriate permission and appropriate users and appropriate groups. So the next thing you want to do is to create an empty database that WordPress is going to use. The first step is to make sure you secure your installation. Alright, so you do sudo mysql secure installation. So type in the new password, then confirm it. Remove anonymous users, yes. It's allowed to log in remotely, yes. Reduce privileges, yes, and yes. So now that you've secured your MySQL database, you can log in with MySQL-u for user root-p. So you do sudo MySQL. Alright, fine. So you enter your password. So now you're in your database. So we'll create a database, and that database will call it example database. So create, okay. So you've created your database now. Then we'll create a user, and the username will be example underscore user at localhost, okay, underscore password. This is your password. Okay, you can change example underscore password to anything else. Remember, this is just a practice. It's your private account, so you want to make sure you use appropriate username and appropriate password. Enter. Regarding privileges, you want to make sure you grant all privileges. Grant all privileges. User at localhost. Okay. So now we are done setting up all the necessary information. Then you can just click exit. Bye. So now you want to go into your nginx directory. Go to your nginx. Okay. Then you type ls to see. So you can see sites available, sites enabled. Okay. So we need to configure our sites available. Okay. To make sure our WordPress is working. We'll create a file in sites available for our website. Okay. So we'll create a file here, and then in this site enabled, nginx will check for any sites that is enabled there, and to make it live. So you use sudo nano. Okay. WordPress.conf. Okay. This is the configuration file. You can use other text editors like Vim, but Nano is easy to use. So you go into the file. Now we can edit this file. I'm going to copy and paste a certain information there. Simply check your PHP version. Alright, then you exit. Yes, enter to save. Alright, PHP -v. Okay, you can see the PHP version here is 8.1. Alright, so the next is you want to use your magic link to sites enabled. Okay, then I'll copy the block of code for you. Every code I use is in the description below. Okay, just click to check my website and you'll see all the necessary code. Okay. Alright, then you can confirm that everything is working. Okay, since the test failed, so we need to find out what made it fail. Alright, so you use sudo nginx-t. Okay, then you do sudo systemctl restart nginx. Alright, so now we can go to our website. Click continue. Okay, and click let's go. So you put in database name what we used before, example_db, example_user. You can create a new password. Okay, so we use example_pw. Okay, table prefix wp_, then click submit. Alright, so you can click run the installation. So this is where you can fix your site title. You can call it my first cloud website. You can give it a username. I'm gonna say cloud2. Set my password. Put in my email. Okay, click on install WordPress and go ahead and log in. And this is your WordPress admin dashboard. We are running it on bamishecloud.uk.to and you have your WordPress site. So you can click visit site and this is what you have. Okay, you can choose to go back to my dashboard. Okay, the first thing you want to do is go into your site health. Okay, go to site health and see if there's any issue. So under this we have one critical issue. Okay, all these optional modules are missing and we need to get them installed, and we can easily install them back on the command line. So you go back to your command line and type in sudo apt install php core d. So let's go ahead and install those. We'll say yes to continue, enter. Finished installing, you go back. So once you have that installed, you go back to WordPress, okay, and refresh the page, and that critical issue, you can see no more critical issue. However, WordPress still has some recommendations regarding security. Website does not use HTTPS, so we need to be able to get our SSL certificate, which we will also do through the command line. So let's install our SSL certificate. So we do that with setbots. First we install the package manager, then we install setbots, and the SSL certificate will always automatically renew for you. So you do sudo snap install or sudo snap refresh core. Okay, enter. Then you do sudo snap install classic setbot. Great. Then you want to use a symbolic link to activate that setbot. So ln-s/bin/usr/bin/setbots, and we're good to go. Now let's tell setbots to issue us a certificate. Setbots --nginx. If you're on Apache, and do sudo setbot --apache. You press enter. So while executing that, so you type in your email address. You agree with the type well, yes. Yes, it's good to get emails. Select the appropriate numbers. So we can see both domain names here. So we can simply just still click enter. Okay, leave blank to select all options. So we leave it blank. So because we're using a free site, we won't be able to get a certificate for this website. Okay, site.